Hey y'all, I am back with another reading. Just gonna see what flies out again. If there's something that just needs to be known. We're not gonna go with 3 this time. It's 1 or 2. That was a really long message yesterday. Alright, so got a change in the wind and mending. So maybe you've had like a falling out with somebody. Maybe it's been somebody that's close to you. Like I don't know, it could have just been something silly, but maybe you just had like a falling out. And maybe now you're trying to piece it back together. Maybe you're trying to reconcile something. Because the change in the wind is usually, like the calm before a storm, or the calm before something happens. Like just something you can tell there's a shift somewhere. Something's about to change. It's time to get out of old thinking. It's time to get out of stubbornness. Whatever it is that was keeping something from moving forward, whether it's a relationship or whatever, something's about to change it. And this change should be helpful. It should be something healthy, something that's gonna, work to your benefit and the benefit of whoever or whatever you're mending with. Whatever you're changing with. Business partner, regular partner, friend, yada yada. So let's draw some tarot and see what comes out of this. Alright, forgive my shuffling. Sometimes it's just really on point, and sometimes it looks like this big old mess. So you have the Ten of Wands in reverse. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Wands in reverse. I'm going to try not to take too many more reverses, because, my goodness. The Six of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I get it. So maybe you're gonna be the one that's reaching out to somebody to start the mending process, instead of the other person coming to you to start the mending. Because maybe whatever this is has it's been weighing on you, and you're trying to get it off. Like you're ready to get that thing off of you, get it off your out of your mind, out of your head, because it's been hard to balance the rest of your life with this this falling out. It's been something that you've been thinking about a lot, and it's been hard to balance everything else with that on your mind, and you're letting it go. You're letting that anxiousness go. You're letting that, maybe you've been waiting on them to reach out and it just hadn't happened. And so you're just letting it go. Just doing away with it. You're not even going to worry about it like at all. You're just going to go ahead or not worry about them coming to you anymore. You're just going to go on to them and, get it off your chest. And I don't know if this means that it was you that messed up or not. But you're going to be the one probably giving out the communication. Or you're contemplating, you're juggling the thought of it, of reaching out to them to clear it up. You're tired of having to feel defensive, and you're trying to just be over that. You're letting your guard down. You're putting your guard down to mend whatever this is with whoever. I don't know, maybe you quit your job on bad terms, or you just walked out on somebody, or just had a big fight over nothing. But you're about to let your defenses down because you're tired of the weighing. You're tired of it weighing on you. You're tired of the broken communication, the defensive communication. Okay, the Queen of Cups. The Six of Wands. And the Queen of Swords. So maybe this is someone like a mentor, or a parent, or maybe some kind of authority figure, or some kind of leader, someone that you look up to. Yeah, someone that you look up to, that you're in it with, that you've fallen out with. Someone that you think highly of. My God. We're going to put all these back. If they're meant to come out, they will come back out. My goodness, Butterfinger. And the Three of Swords. I'm sorry. The Queen of Swords. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I said three because there might be something. Maybe there's a third party involved. The instigator. Maybe there's a person between the two of y'all. There's, somebody's come in between this relationship or something. Oh, that was weird. The Queen of Swords. So it's like it's bitter. Maybe you're both bitter. And that's why they haven't come forward to apologize or something, and why you haven't either. And why it's just now come to mind that maybe you want to fix this. If they've been bitter, you've been bitter. You can't hold on to that. If both of y'all are eating a lemon, if neither one of y'all likes lemon, both of y'all's got one locked in your mouth, which one of y'all's winning? Neither. Justice. So that could be like a reconciliation. Yeah, the mending. Everything's gonna come to order. You'll both have a chance to like speak your truth and get out your feelings to each other. And one thing to remember is, even if someone's feelings doesn't make a lot of sense to you, just remember that they're still valid. And even if you've hurt someone and they express to you that they're hurt, you don't really have a right to tell somebody whether or not you hurt them. You don't have a right to say, no, I didn't hurt you. You don't have a right to do that, and neither do they. So remember that too. But something's going to be made right, and you'll get a chance to hear each other's feelings. You'll get a chance to, really talk about it, talk about the problem. High Priestess. So maybe the disagreement was on one of y'all's, like, I don't know, belief system, or maybe y'all disagreed on something. It was like a controversial thing, or the way y'all saw a situation, or maybe y'all were like taking sides on an issue. And I really don't know if like a family issue, political issue, humanitarian issue. Like, maybe you guys were just on two different sides of the field on it. Couldn't come to a like some sort of equal ground, some sort of middle ground, and maybe that's why y'all fell out. Okay, so Seven of Wands before the avalanche of other cards come out. Seven of Wands in reverse. So maybe like you walked away from the conversation y'all had, that y'all, kind of spat at each other. Not literally, but the one that made y'all fall out, the falling out. Maybe you walked away from that conversation defeated, and that's what turned into the bitterness. Maybe that's how you got there. Maybe they made you feel small, or you made them feel small. Or just kind of, maybe they were just like really harsh with their words, and it struck a chord somewhere. They said something they couldn't take back. The wind is pulling cards now. The Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Yes, it hurt. Remember, cups are emotion. This is in reverse. It hurt. It felt like everything that you and everything you believed in, like it didn't matter. Like whatever it was, it cut deep. The conversation was pretty bad. Pretty bad. and it caused a lot of disharmony, which is where we are now. I mean, y'all might not actually be arguing now. It might just be in the, you don't feel as strong about it as you did, but you're still, it's you still feel something, but you don't feel as strong about it as you did. Because now, I mean, if you did, you wouldn't be at this point. There wouldn't be a change coming. There wouldn't be, an initiation of change here. So obviously this is something that you want back. You want this back. The harmony, just that friend. You want that friend back. That source of wisdom, happiness, contentment, all that. You're going to get it. You're bringing them the communication here. It's what swords are for. They're about communication. You're bringing it. And maybe kind of, I don't know, maybe kind of hastily. It's just like, F it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to call them. I'm tired of waiting around. I'm tired of waiting on something that's not going to come that I'm ready for. I'm ready for it to come and it's not coming. F it. I'll do it myself. I'm going to fix this. So I do think that it's you that's going to give the communication. I think that you'll be the one that straightens this out. The Hierophant, order, social norms, whatever. Things are going to get back to normal. After this, you got this. Right after this. And with everything going back to normal, you got the 10 of Cups. Everybody's happy again. All because you're tired of feeling hurt. That defeat, I mean, it stung, but you're tired of that. You want your friend back. You want this relationship back. You want to mend this. So you're giving communication. This is you. Even though there's a man on there, it's, these readings are gender neutral. It don't matter what gender the character is on the card. It's energy. Energy, it doesn't have gender. Everything's fixing to go back to normal. Y'all are going to be just happy, hunky-dory, and everything else once this communication comes out. Once this comes out. Once y'all finally talk it out and hear each other's side. Once you both, get a chance to, once you reach out and get that communication, get that, reciprocation just a little bit, it's gonna make a difference. And the sun makes everything brighter. It makes every situation better. So I mean, in this conversation, y'all might talk about some stuff that that makes y'all closer, or it might allow you to get to know each other a little more than you already did. You might get a deeper perspective into how or why they felt as they did. How or why whatever y'all were talking about struck enough of a chord with them that they lashed out at you, or vice versa. But you might actually get to the core of some deep ass issues and fix them. Bring back all the harmony. All of this. Going from falling in the deep end with someone that you truly care about, someone that, that you look up to, someone that you just adore, someone that you miss. You miss their advice, you miss their talks, you miss, the chit chat. And then all will be well again. That's sweet. Okay. So, one last card. Let's see if I can pull up some advice for y'all. I'm at 20 minutes. It's not too bad. Pull up some advice. Take one card for advice. If it's meant to fall out, at least one of them will again. The Tribe. This is perfect for this. This is perfect. And as before, I'm just going to read out what's in the guidebook about it. Since there's so much in this book about each card that it's almost it's really hard to memorize. So I'm just going to read out what's the full message for this, because I want you to get all of this. Okay. The Tribe. Essential meanings: community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. Okay. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and a purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. And community, the people around you, the people you associate yourself with, it doesn't have to be an organized, official kind of commercial community. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. The relationship message. You're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of the dance, yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You are in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of yourself, who you can be together. Prosperity message. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it's the sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There is also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There's no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have a purpose. Protection message. This is something to just keep in mind. Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. So if you're not absolutely feeling like you want to mend something, if it's just like a codependent thing, or a familiarity thing, that's just what you're used to, that's just, if this is a toxic person, then go on and cut them off. Because the last thing you want is for this here to be artificial. Because if it's artificial and it's from a place of fairy tales in your mind. I mean, you're so used to talking to this person. This is the only person you talk to. Who am I going to talk to? I'm not used to anybody else. I don't want anybody else to know all my business. If it's artificial, it's going to end up right back where you started. You're going to be right back where you started. And that's not what you want. We're not here to go backwards. We're here to go forward and evolve. That's not what you want. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? You don't. You just don't. That's not what you do. Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger role? Don't. I'm trying to tell y'all, don't. Be your true self at all times. That's what helps you. That's what brings you what you need. Forget about what you want for 2 seconds and just ask yourself what do you need? What emotional qualities are not fulfilled in you? What's not fulfilled in you mentally, emotionally? Maybe you need a support system or something. What's not fulfilled in you? Like, come to terms with that. Ask yourself if this person really provides that. And if they don't try to minimize yourself or try to squeeze yourself into their little mold of the companion they want. Or don't try to squeeze them into the companion that you want. If they're not it, they're not it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just find you somebody else. Find, another confidant. Find another somebody else to, get advice from or talk to or vent to or whatever. This will never fulfill you. Okay, let me reread all that because all my extra talking just kind of... How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within a larger role? This will never fulfill you. It won't. I'm trying to tell y'all. Now is time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall. Be you. Yes. Just be you. Be you so you can attract what's for you. Because if you out here, trying to walk around in the wrong size shoes, you're the one that gets hurt. I mean, that's just like, how people make the joke of if you've always got a filter on your pictures, how's somebody gonna recognize you if you go missing? How's somebody gonna recognize your face, your picture, if you go missing? If you're out here portraying to be something else, I've already said, I've said it several times, that your blessings are yours. They are yours. You're marked with your blessings, the things you're supposed to get. It's like it's in a CD that you can't touch yet until you reach maturity. When you reach maturity, those things in that CD that you reach maturity for, they come out and they come find you. They come get you. But if you're out here putting out the energy of someone else, trying to be someone else, out here shrinking yourself down, how are your blessings gonna find you? How will you be found if you can't be real with and authentic with yourself? It just doesn't work that way. I mean, temporarily it might get you whatever it is that wherever it is you want to be socially or whatever, but it doesn't last. It doesn't last. Anyways, authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to make. Making yourself small bears too high a cost. Don't make yourself small. Don't let anybody make you small. Somebody made you feel small. They was up here and had you feeling like you was down here. Or vice versa, whichever one of y'all, took the shot. Just like, be yourself. If if you realize that you're wrong in something, or if you're waiting too long and you just want to mend this bond, and just because you apologize to somebody, you don't have to go this far. You'll still get to this, but you don't have to go this far. Just because you mend something, it doesn't mean you have to to go back to that setup. Just because you've forgiven somebody for something doesn't mean you have to invite them back into your life fully. Just something to think about. But anyhow, don't shrink yourself for anybody. It's not worth it. It really isn't. It really, really isn't. If you want your blessings, if you want to level up emotionally, spiritually, financially, all that junk, you're gonna have to be yourself. Like I said, all your blessings are already addressed and stamped. If you're not walking in your truth, if you're not yourself, how are they gonna find you? How will they find you if you're out here trying to, you got your paper mache house all decorated and stuff, knowing good and well your house looks like something completely different underneath? How's your stuff gonna find you if you're hiding under something else? Just something to consider. And I hope that this reading gets to the right person, so that you get your blessings and get over this temporary fulfillment and get what's yours, because it is yours. And yeah, that is all, folks.